Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you? This is Shumona Islam, lecturer, Department of English, Marston College. Welcome back to your English online class. This is lecture 2 of Unit 2, lesson 1. The topic of Unit 2 is greatest scientific achievements. I have told you earlier that it is indeed a very interesting subject or topic to discuss and know about. So, lesson 1 deals with some of the greatest scientific achievements of the last 50 years. Before starting the passage, I want to recap the previous lecture that we have already known. In our last lecture, we have known about artificial heart, that is Jervik 7. If you can remember that Robert Jervik invented this Jervik 7 and it was implanted on Dr. Bernie Clark, who survived for 112 days. And then we have learned about cell phone. That means the most widespread invention that we have got from our scientists. Then comes personal computer. We have learned about the tremendous contribution of personal computer which made our life easier and more comfortable. Well, dear students, before starting the passage, I want to give you the key information or the main topics that I am going to discuss today. The first one is the first communication satellite, then moon landing, internet or world wide web, and then about microchip. These are the topics or the inventions that I am going to discuss today. And before starting the passage, I want to give you the vocabularies so that you can understand the passage easily when I will read. So the first word is innovation, which means modification or addition. Transistor is a portable radio. Solar panel is a device that changes energy from the sun to electricity. Relay is transmit, pass along or communicate. Orbit is the path or circuit or track. Then track is to trace or to find. Then satellite is an object launched to orbit Earth or any celestial body. Satellites are used for research, communications, weather information and navigation. And then commence is to start or begin something. Broadcast is to transmit or relay. Incorporated means to be joined or integrated. Surveillance is inspection, supervision or control. And space means territory or sphere. Then exploration is revelation or discovery. Heaven is the sky. Accomplishment is achievement or attainment. Conspiracy is plot or any secret plan. Then conspiracy theorists are the intellectuals who conspire. Then exploration is investigation or examination. Resistant is opposed to or averse to something. Then virtually means almost or nearly. Spin-off means something that is imitative or derivative of an earlier work or product or establishment. Then feat is a deed notable specially for courage. Dissemination is to split, separation or disunion. Trillion is a number equal to 1000 times 1 billion. Revolutionize is to reform or change. Phenomenon is an aspect, incident or any kind of fact. Then equipment is the material or kit or apparatus. Forerunner is initiator or precursor. Takeoff is to suddenly start, to be successful or popular. Efficiency is the skill, capability or competence. So these are the vocabularies that you have to learn to understand the passage properly. Today we are going to learn about Telstar, the first communication satellite. This is a newer version of satellite. People on Earth may take for granted today's high-tech world of cell phones, GPS and the satellites high above the planet that make instant communication possible. People took for granted the inventions or the contribution of this high-tech world that helped us to communicate easily through cell phones and GPS and the satellites. But it all began 50 years ago with one giant space balloon. So the first satellite was like a giant space balloon, and then 10 July 1962 marked the birth of satellite communications. On this day, the Telstar satellite commenced its journey into space and became the first ever active communication satellite. So on 10 July 1962, this Telstar started its journey as the successful satellite. It carried the first live transatlantic TV broadcasts. Telstar was built by a team at Bell Telephone Laboratories in USA and incorporated many innovations such as the transistor and the 3600 solar panels that powered the satellite. Telstar produced 14 watts and relayed its first and non-public television pictures on 11 July 1962. The satellite could carry 600 voice calls and one black and white TV channel from an egg-shaped orbit. That means the path where this satellite moves. Today, we use satellites for GPS, TV, radio, weather tracking, military surveillance, space exploration, and global communications, among other things. So these are the things that are played by the use of satellite. Here you can see the picture of GPS, how the satellite works, and this is the egg-shaped orbit around the globe where this satellite moves. This is a picture of weather tracking system with the help of satellite, and in the second picture you can see the military surveillance that works with the help of different satellites. Global communication network. In this picture you can see numerous small satellites which are playing the role of communication throughout the world. Next comes the moon landing, another important and tremendous step of humankind. The moon landing. For thousands of years, human beings had looked to the heavens and dreamed of walking on the moon. In 1969, as part of the Apollo 11 mission, Neil Armstrong became the first person to accomplish that dream, followed only minutes later by Buzz Aldrin. So humankind has a fascination for moon, and we always aspire to reach the moon and triumph over the moon. Their accomplishment gave people around the world the hope of future space exploration. So this moon landing has given people the aspiration to explore more on the space. In fact, it was a feat that was so fantastic that there are still conspiracy theorists who insist it could not be possible. It was so tremendous a job that some conspiracy theorists or intellectuals disbelieve that it actually happened. Putting a man on the moon is perhaps man's most inspiring accomplishment. The step on the moon has given human beings a tremendous aspiration or hope to explore more and get more achievements in science. It opened the door to future space travel and led to a number of spin-off inventions, including flame-resistant textiles used by firefighters, invisible braces, improved satellite dishes and better medical imaging. So let's see some pictures of these inventions. This is a fabric or textile that is flame resistant. The firefighters use this invisible braces, and this is a more improved version of satellite, and this is a picture of medical imaging which is more developed and more advanced. Next comes World Wide Web. The Internet or World Wide Web. The ARPANET, the first internet, was invented in 1969, and the public only had access to the World Wide Web starting in 1993. So in 1993, common people got the access to World Wide Web. Today, just 22 years later, the web has revolutionized the dissemination of information, created a new multi-trillion-dollar economic phenomenon, played a role in revolutions, and has interconnected much of the globe. So this revolutionary invention of science has played a great role in developing the economy of the whole world. Then it has also made it possible for people all over the planet to reach out and touch someone. So it has become easier to keep in touch with the people all over the world from wherever the person lives in. Next comes the microchip. The microchip. A microchip is a set of electronic circuits on one small plate or chip of semiconductor material, normally silicon. Microchips are used in virtually all electronic equipment today and have revolutionized the world of electronics. The forerunner to the microchip was invented back in 1959, but it didn't really start to take off until the 1980s. So the microchip started its journey in 1980s. Since then, incredible advances in microchips have made it possible for them to be cheaply and efficiently used for calculators, personal computers, pet identification, automatic teller machines, satellites, pacemakers, cell phones and microwave ovens, among many other products. So that's all of the passage. Now I am going to give you some activities. First of all, you have to write down the vocabularies and learn them. There is no alternative of learning the vocabularies. I have told you earlier that vocabulary is the only way to learn any language and at the same time to answer reading comprehension from English first paper. You have to focus on vocabularies more and more so that you can answer reading comprehensions properly. And another activity that I want to give you is answering questions. There are 3 questions. First one is, what is GPS? GPS means the global positioning system, with the help of which we can locate or trace someone or something. And then, what things make it possible to communicate instantly? By reading the passage, I think you can guess what is the thing that helps us to communicate instantly. Then, why is microchip used in virtually all electronic equipments today? This is your opinion, where you have to make your own words or choose the answers from reading the passage. So that's all for today. Thank you all for your attention and cooperation in this class. See you in next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.